Take another listen to more from the Grand Ayatollah in Iran.
The statement that they issued and called a fact sheet is bogus for the most part. In no way should the West be permitted to, under the pretext of oversight, penetrate the country's security and defense boundaries. Absolutely not. No unconventional method of inspection, which can turn the Islamic Republic of Iran into a special case in terms of inspections, is acceptable at all.
Now, Juan, I get playing to the home team. I get trying to get the things sold within your own people. But this is diametrically opposed to what the White House is saying.
Fine. I mean, this is, playing to the home team. It reminds me a little bit of all the basketball we've been watching recently where you see the coaches work the refs. And I think we still have an ongoing negotiation here, especially as you talk about filling in the specifics of the framework. So you have the Iranians trying to say, listen, we want immediate relief from these sanctions. We don't want it to be gradual, and we're going to be pressing for that. And we expect that, and we don't have a deal if you don't give it to us. And, I mean, there's a lot of this posturing going on.
Yeah, but
if you take it in context,
what about the lawmakers? How are they going to weigh in if that's what the White House eventually agrees to?
Well, as Barbara Boxer wrote to Senator Corker, you can't rush to judgment by having some kind of Senate vote on a deal that isn't a deal yet.
But that's the whole point. The promise was that there had to be an agreement in principle by the end of March. The president said he was impatient, he's not going to wait forever. That's when the Congress would presumably have weighed in without interfering in the negotiations. So what's happened was the administration then announces that they have a deal in principle, and all that's left are details, when that is demonstrably false. They had no agreement on when the sanctions are relieved. That's not a detail. That's a fundamental issue. They have no agreement on inspections. Our idea is Obama said the most intrusive inspections ever, and now the Iranians are saying you're not going to be allowed in, there's not going to be spot inspections, and you won't be allowed in our military facilities, which is exactly where we have to go, into Parchin, for example, where the weaponization happens. So on all of these fundamental issues, there was no agreement, and I'm beginning to think, at the time there were others who said it, but I'm just not cynical enough. There were others who said that we announced a deal in principle at the end of March, knowing it was false, as a way to protect Iran from congressional sanctions and to prevent the Congress from weighing in, precisely with the excuse the negotiations are ongoing. The administration had said from the beginning of this process, November 2013, a year and a half ago, that we're going to negotiate for 6 months. This is the last chance for Iran. If it doesn't produce, we're going to slap on sanctions, which is exactly what Congress wants to do, and the president now pretends that that's stabbing him in the back.